faces of defeat, morning, noon, and night today. Well, look, it's also easy to argue, I think, that Speaker Pelosi is also guilty of abuse of power. Well, this sham impeachment had the effect of freezing action on other really important legislative priorities. Now, although Pelosi today, more than a year later, finally endorsed the USMCA, the replacement for NAFTA, her calculated, needless delay harmed American workers and the larger American economy. Think about it this way. While aid to Ukraine was delayed for, a number of days, Nancy Pelosi delayed aid to you, the workers of America, via this mega trade deal for a year, actually 13 months, all for her own personal political benefit.
I would say that we came a long way from what he originally proposed. And that's what the Trump administration gave us, a non-starter. There are some people who said, why make it look like he has a victory? Well, we're declaring victory for the American worker.
Oh, really? Okay. I'll give you a translation. I know a little bit about this deal. She conceded on all major aspects of the deal, except a few provisions regarding drug companies that won't get protections that they wanted. And look, we know that the president himself has wanted to get tougher on the drug companies anyway. So this is a huge, huge win for America and for the president. Bob Lighthizer and his entire team, Jared Kushner, the USMCA was a massive win. And this could have been implemented 13 months ago. But beyond the USMCA, stay with me, this is abuse of power. Pelosi is doing harm to the country right now by withholding support for infrastructure and prescription drug bill, the bill to lower prices of prescription drugs affecting all of us. Her party campaigned on both of those issues. Again, she's doing this, abusing her power merely for her own political benefit. See how ambiguous this can get? And of course to deny a victory to the president. Our Article 2 of our impeachment against this Congress, lying under oath. Now, who can forget what Adam Schiff did when he read from the so-called Trump-Zelensky transcript back in September?
I have a favor I want from you, though. And I'm going to say this only 7 times, so you better listen good. I want you to make up dirt on my political opponent, understand lots of it. And by the way, don't call me again. I'll call you when you've done what I asked.
That sounded really bad, really nefarious, terrible. Well, one problem. It was totally made up. It was a complete lie. And when he was called on it, he claimed, oh, I didn't mean that. I was just joking.
My summary of the president's call was meant to be at least part in parody. The fact that that's not clear is a separate problem in and of itself. Of course, the president never said, if you don't understand me, I'm going to say it 7 more times.
Yeah, because when I think of Adam Schiff, I think comedy. Look, no one bought it. No one bought his explanation, especially not the president.
Adam Schiff is a deranged human being, and he lies. Adam Schiff made up our conversation with the president of Ukraine. If he didn't do that in the halls of Congress, he'd be thrown into jail. But he did it in the halls of Congress, and he's given immunity. This is a sick person. He's a liar.
The Ingraham impeachment Article 3, invasion of privacy. Now, without a warrant, Adam Schiff obtained the phone records of Americans, including the president's personal attorney, a journalist, and his fellow congressman, Devin Nunes.
They published the phone records of the president's personal lawyer, the phone records of a member of the press, and the phone records of the chairman of the Intelligence Committee's political opponent, Representative Nunes. That's their effort to impeach the President of the United States 11 months before an election.
Who ordered to find out if Nunes' number was on those calls? Be careful, you're under oath.
I know I'm under oath, sir.
Then answer the question.
I know I'm under oath, sir. Well, we'll talk with Congressman Nunes about this in a few moments. Now think about it. Schiff's entire investigation was about how the president supposedly used his position of power to dig up dirt on a political opponent. But that is precisely what Schiff himself did here. edition that ensnared 3,500 pages of phone records in its wide net. Now, perhaps Schiff took inspiration, I don't know, from Comey, McCabe, Strzok. After all, the Crossfire Hurricane was all about violating people's privacy rights for the greater good of the Russia witch hunt.
Do you still stand by your statement that the campaign was spied upon?
Oh, it's clearly spied upon. I mean, that's what electronic surveillance is. I think wiring people up to go in and talk to people and make recordings of their conversations is spying. I think going through people's emails, which they did as a result of the FISA warrant, they went through everything.
Donald Trump is really fortunate to have that man as our Attorney General, I can tell you that right now. Absolutely right. Article 4 of our impeachment charges against this Democrat Congress. Obstruction of Congress. Now, what about Schiff refusing to testify before the House Judiciary Committee hearing? And his refusal to allow Republicans to call the whistleblower and others?
You're refusing to answer whether you've communicated with the whistleblower.
The whistleblower is not relevant to this report.
He's the whole basis of the beginning of this investigation.
Your staff is the only staff of any member of Congress who's had a chance to talk with that individual.
I do not know the identity of the whistleblower, and I'm determined to make sure that identity is protected.
What agency was this individual from? If I could interject here, we don't want to use these proceedings. It's our time, I know, Chair, but we need to protect the whistleblower. Please stop.
Okay, now, if Trump can obstruct Congress without any type of court proceeding, then the chairman of the Intel Committee can also obstruct Congress. If they're going to play this game, then let's play it. He can obstruct Congress by refusing to give Republicans their rights to call witnesses, including the whistleblower, Adam Schiff, yes, guilty as charged. Meanwhile, back in the real world, and this is kind of our fantasy, but you see why I'm doing this. The target of all their wrath, President Trump, I mean, the man is on a roll, and he even seemed to be kind of basking in the glow of it all tonight in Pennsylvania.
They're embarrassed by the impeachment, and our poll numbers have gone through the roof because of her stupid impeachment. While we're delivering historic victories for the American people, the radical left Democrats and the failed Washington establishment are trying to erase your votes, nullify the election, and overthrow our democracy. The Republicans have never been so united as they are right now, ever.
Thousands of people, as usual, waiting outside in the rain to see the president. Well, you see, the Democrats, as usual, are guilty of much of what they accuse Trump of doing. A rank abuse of power, lying, and with the added bonus of invasion of privacy, obstruction of Congress. When you think about it, the possibilities are endless. And if we add in all the ways the Democrats work with the media to drive these false narratives against this president and propel their lies, well, there may be enough collusion to call Mueller back into service. And that's the angle. All right, joining me now, Greg Jarrett.